That was basically a test guitar tone. Thanks for joining. You're watching Hard Rock Nation. I do these live videos every Saturday, Eastern Standard Time, 2:30. So please feel free to join and subscribe down below. And also like it. Alright, we'll do some Iron Man. Something like that. I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't mind being wrong. Everybody is sometimes in their life. I tried to play it as close as he would, but I usually play it like this. That's usually the way I play it. It's in a higher register, but he plays it a lot lower. That's just the way Tony Iommi is. Got anything else you would like? How about I play some Rat? You like the band Rat? Use some Terra Echo. Okay. that's an interesting effect that you would like me to use. Let me turn it on. I have just about any effect you could ever imagine with the Boss GT100. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to Effects 2 block here, and we're going to turn it into a Terra Echo.
Are you on live?
Yes.
4 o'clock, we're going to go on a drive.
Okay. Alright, Terra Echo, we have 3 different modes. Would you prefer mono, stereo, or extra stereo? You got to give me 3 options, because there's 3 different options. It is a great processor, especially with the Colin PA speaker. It's really awesome. And I'm using an IR pedal in the style of a Greenback 412 speaker cabinet, so it sounds like a Marshall. Whatever you like. Alright, we'll put it on maximum stereo. Okay? And we'll give it a pretty loud effect level so you have no problem with hearing it. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn the reverb off. The delay, we'll turn that off. That way all you're getting is the Terra Echo. Let's turn that baby on and see what it sounds like. It's not quite loud enough. Let's turn the effect level to maximum. It's very like Geo type sound. Let's turn the effect level down a little bit so I can do some chugging with it, see what it sounds like. Let's mix it with reverb. So in other words, we're going to turn reverb and Terra Echo on. On my reverb pedal, I usually always have a pretty long pre-delay because it gives it that sound as if it's in a huge room. So for example here, let me turn the Terra Echo off so you see what I'm saying. It'll sound almost like a delay. That's the reverb doing that. And then I usually don't use Terra Echo very much because to me it can sound a little bit too washy. In other words, it can muddy your guitar tone up. That's why I usually use reverb and have it a similar setting as the Terra Echo. If you notice, it kind of sounds like it. But it keeps your notes clear. And if you like my stuff, please be sure to subscribe so you can watch more. Because I just finished creating an album called The Crucible Divide. It's it's an epic album. It's got a lot of acoustic and it's got a lot of electric in it. So if you like my stuff, take a look. So this reverb only. And now we're gonna add delay. One of the best effects in the world, in my opinion. It gives it a more pronounced echo. And that was actually pretty darn good for a new song. How about, if you don't mind, I'll create a fresh song for you right in front of you. Let's do it. No need for a studio or nothing. that's classic Hard Rock Nation for you. If you enjoyed that, tell me what you thought. Yep, that's the new album, The Crucible Divide. Usually when I post an album, I don't make my viewers wait. Because you know what's funny? A lot of people make the viewers wait until the album is finished, until they post it. I usually post like 3 or 4 songs at a time. Sometimes a couple, maybe one if I'm not pretty busy that day. And usually that's the way it goes for me. So if you like my stuff, you'll get constant updates. Make sure your notification turned on your phone, because I got a few friends in my own neighborhood that have subscribed, and they don't have their notifications on, so they don't know when I post. So you gotta have that on. If you wanted to know, the GT100 is emulating a orange Rocker Verb amplifier with 2 4x15 cabinets. So that means you have literally 8 15-inch guitar speakers kicking all at once with the orange Rocker Verb. And of course I got an EQ pedal going on, 2 different EQ pedals. One is a graphic and one is a parametric. Then I got a chorus, that delay and reverb I talked about. Every now and then I kick on a harmonizer and stuff, which can sound like this. It definitely boosts the signal quite a bit. So that's like used for solos. At the time of recording your album, you used audio interface or mic up the amp? No, I don't. Actually, what I use is totally what you're hearing right now. But this is kind of not so great audio compared to what I usually use. I use an app on my cell phone called, this is all through the cell phone by the way. I don't use any computers or anything. So everything is mobile for me. And I use an app, you should probably look it up, called Dolby On. You can put all your fancy settings in there that you like, and you can get your tone to sound almost just like in the room in there. So if you really want to hear what my tone sounds like, maybe a little brighter or maybe a little darker, listen to the album stuff. I try to make it as perfect as possible and stuff like that, because everything is ran through Dolby. So this might be sounding a little dark for you. Oh, but it'll brighten up plenty on the album. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to kind of show you the various effects that I use. You've been seeing a few, but I haven't shown you all of them. So we're still going with the distortion tone right now. This is on the GT100. Actually, we're only using one EQ pedal, believe it or not. This is the parametric one. And a North suppressor. I got 2 North suppressors going on. That's how much gain I'm using. So effects 1 is a slow gear, of which gets turned into an harmonist. So in other words, what you were just hearing was a harmonist. Awesome sound. I got that set in the 5th, negative 5th. Now you have slow gear, which I believe is, we got to go to the manual setting. That's what I love about the GT100. I was working with the GT1 for a while. I used to use an effect pedal called the Boss ME6, and it had a manual mode. Man, this brings back so many good memories, and it sounds a lot better. So this is a slow gear, what I like to use, and it sounds awesome. It's basically like a super intense version of a compressor pedal. And then you have effects 2, which and this right here turns it into a overtone, which sounds like a organ. But yeah, so I don't want my certain effects to be too high on the overall volume, so what we're going to do, we will like change effects here. So the harmonist, we got the direct mix set to 100. No wonder it's so loud. Let's put it to 70. I don't know if you have a GT100, but man, if you do, it is a benefit. It is a huge benefit. Ever since I upgraded to it, first I was amazed by how large it is. It was huge. Just for comparison here, let me take it off of manual mode. I just wanted to show you here. This right here was the original effect unit that I used to use. It's called a GT1. See how it says? GT1. It's a Boss GT1. Great effect unit. Look how large it is. Not that big. It's good. It's great. It sounds amazing. For such a small unit, it sounds amazing. But here, let me get this situated. Look at how big that is. It puts that to shame. Just for example, in overall size, look at it. Look at it. That's the GT1. Yikes. It's like 4 of these things. It's like 4. Dude. But let me turn y'all around here. Wait, let me show you my collection here quick. There you go. This is a Black Jackson King B. All these guitars will be upgraded sooner or later. which won't be long from now. That one's going to get some gold, though, that acoustic. So let me get y'all back over here. I'm not the greatest. It's a Jackson V. Yeah, it sure is. And it's the professional version. Hold on. See? Jackson Professional. It's 1993. This guitar was built and crafted. In, well, I want to say India or some interesting place. The other one is a Rhodes. So, that's preset 1. Now to switch it into preset 2 on preset 1, which is what I really like about the GT100, you can have 2 presets in one preset because of all the switches. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on button number 4, and it turns it into a clean tone. Now it sounds good without compressor, but compressor kind of helps the volume stay where it should be. King V. Now, this is why I use IRs. I don't know if you can hear it. You can barely hear it. And then turn my distortion on for you. It sounds great, actually, without IRs. But to me, I feel like an IR pedal really makes it what it is. Let me ask you a few questions. I have a bunch of different IR selections, and I'm wondering which one you would prefer. So right now, this is a Celestion 12-inch greenback speaker converted to a 15-inch speaker. So imagine a Celestion greenback, but 15 inches, not 12. And this is what it sounds like. Really good. I like that. But now, what about, they call it the G1265. I call that the Randy Rhoads guitar speaker. And it sounds like this. When I was first creating this tone, man, I had a hard time choosing between that one and the greenback. Because the greenback has such an awesome sound to it. That one is kind of, you get a really tall spike on a certain high frequency. So now, let's choose a different speaker. This one is a Celestion Vintage 30 412 speaker emulation. pretty good. I almost prefer that one. That's an Alnico Blue. That's a 212 speaker counter. A little bit too bright, but would work. Now this one was one of my favorite speakers, and this is the Celestion G12M Heritage, and it has a very rounded sound. Not too shabby. Very mean sounding. Very mean. Now, this is a microphone onto a cream. This speaker is really bright. Here we go. Might be an Alnico magnet that goes with that. The creamback. Interesting. A lot different than the greenback. This is a G12 T75 speaker. That's the same speaker that I have in my full stack amp. The emulated version is a lot brighter. Probably because it's recorded direct. Now this is an Engel preamp with a G12M Heritage. Not bad. Little bassy. This is a G12 T75 with a DSL, Marshall DSL. We'll pass by that one pretty quick. Not the greatest. This is a JCM 800. Has the V30s in it. Kind of honky, I noticed. And this is a full range speaker called the G12M Raven. Another speaker that Celestion invented. Sounds very similar to the GT100 without any IRs. So, back to what I was actually using, which was the greenback. So, what shall we play now? Let's do something else here. Something with some clean tones. either use wah pedal, not very often, no. So, just so you know what it sounds like on the GT100. Do you have one? I bet you do, since you know so much about it, seems like to me. Let's, instead of using a pedal bend for our pedal, we will use a different pedal, which is going to be a wah. So we go down here. You know what's great? I use my toe to adjust the knobs. Wah and fit volume. Okay. So we go to effect. I like to use a Vox wah, same exact wah pedal that Rhodes from Aussie used. And here you go. Wah pedal is engaged. Yeah. What do you use now? That's what it sounds like cleaning the wah pedal. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna use it clean distortion tone. Oh, so you decided to go with modular pedals instead of and multi-effects like this one? Why did you make the move? Because for me, I don't know why anybody would give up on the GT100. It sounds amazing. And that's your wah pedal. Let's go back to here. That's a factory preset. And this is my preset. Now let's use our acoustic. So let me put this GT1 back where I had it. We made, so far this week, I've been working on 2 patches. The GT1 is much easier to edit than the GT100. The GT100 has literally 100 settings. So we're going to go on the acoustic. I'm going to show you how a good old acoustic sounds with the GT100. If you don't mind. I mean, you're still here watching, so you probably don't. What do you think about my neon light back there? Hopefully one of my other subscribers come on in. Because I got a few subscribers. So this is the good old acoustic on the GT100. this is supposed to sound like a 12 string. I could imagine somebody using that preset and that sound for like a clean tone to the intro of a song. In India, the GT100 costs a lot. I will buy it very soon, near about $200 or more than the USA. Wow! That much? I got mine for $400 from Guitar Center, and it's used and it was in excellent condition. Yeah, very new. It's like $515 in the US. So you got to pay like $715. Man, that's insane. That's like as much as a used Boss GT1000 in America. So back to our 12-string guitar tone. I might do some singing. Of the GT100. So a famous song by a band called The Cult is Eddie Chow, baby. And this is what it sounds like. after we stop that song, we're going to continue with it on the electric. So you get to hear what the song sounds like. Because it's it's like my dad's favorite song. And I try my hardest to sing like the singer. But to be honest, nobody's that good. Then you gotta add delay on it. But yeah, you know, that's where I'm from. I'm a Florida man, boy. Florida all the way. In other words, I come from the USA. Yeah. Search up Lake George. That's where I'm at. So how about I sing one of my own songs with the good old electric, and here we go. And I love to have the clean tone, so let's use the clean tone. Some days I realize I can't do no. Florida. Lake George, Florida. Not New York, Florida. I didn't know there was two Lake Georges in America. Sorry about that. Something in the way I seem to dancing by myself, always locked into the waves. I don't need to have any help, but you seem to help anyways. That's basically how that goes. Silver Glen Spring, blue water. Yeah. I can literally travel there by boat. So for example, I feel like I got some big biceps and I make it onto a boat. I can literally travel to Silver Springs and Blue Springs completely on water from right where I live at. So I can go swimming in the water whenever I want over here. The only downside is there's not much surfing right here in this particular area. You have to go to Daytona to do that. Please be sure to tell your friends about me if you like this channel so much. It would really help because I'd get some more subscribers. I'm trying to make it to 500 at the end of this month. I know it's a very hard goal, but that would be sweet if you could help me out with that. I'm spinning round and round again. Can't see nothing when vision crosses path. Everything that I will take to the way to disappear into ashes, to disappear into ashes. If you wanted to know, that's called alternative post-metal. now we're gonna attempt Angry Again. One of my faves. Here we go. All right, now. Something away. I can't seem to get it out. Never mind on temptation. Towards you, which band do you like the most? That would be Ozzy Osbourne. The band that he had his own self. I see that you're no longer in the video, so unfortunately I will have to end this video, but thanks for watching, thanks for staying as long as you did, and unfortunately I have to go because I have to do a practice session on my driving stuff, because I'm getting my driver's license, like, in a couple days, so I gotta really practice up for it. But man, I appreciate you staying in. Since I see somebody watching, I'm not so sure if it's you, but if you didn't hear, my favorite band is Ozzy Osbourne. When he was in his original works, on his own with Randy. But anyway, thanks for watching. I appreciate your time, and talk to you later.